Good morning, ladies. My name is Chess, and welcome to the What If I or Eyeball was in My Hero Academia. So, in this video, my character is I. So, if you can't understand, yeah, he's this guy, but way more like he wanted to become a pro hero. So he's about the same age as her. So, yeah. But, I mean, sorry about that. I had to, cough it out. So, yeah. So, yeah. It was, before the anime. So, basically, AKA, when she was just a teenage girl that goes to, a high school thing. Hmm? When she was a freshman. Hmm? When she was a freshman, not freshman, everyone, or as she gets picked on by almost everybody except for one. Because she was thinking, only person that really doesn't think that she's different from everyone else. It was him. So he thinks that she is quite literally the coolest person. And yeah, he was a badass thing. Yeah. So every time there's someone a boys tries to make fun of her, he smacks the living crud out of them. In one punch, sending them flying. If it was girls that made fun of her in the bathroom, picking on her, he throws a invisible darts and pinned them to the wall. Yeah. And I forgot to mention, his ability is insane. It's actually called, whoops. No. It wasn't called oops. It was called Infinity. So it allows him to basically do whatever he wants. Or actually, he has Infinity and Zero. I'll just say Chaos Quirk because, yeah. And he has power inside of his body. Yeah. He has Infinity and Zero. But his quirk is actually, yeah. he's a top student. He's the smartest. He's like the strongest. And everyone is afraid of him because he looks like the. Everyone is like, every time they can't even get near him without them shaking so bad. Because they're so, like, terrified of him. Except for her. As, yeah. She walks over to him. And whispers, meet me on the top of a roof. You might see this coming, but so she basically, so after school, and plus, not even students, but teachers were scared of him, but they were picking on her too. So, yeah. But every time like a PE teacher, like, tries to, say, run around a couple more times, faster and faster, as he had the same class as her, and he basically knows that is getting sick from it. So he walks up to him. He literally walks up to the PE teacher, and yeah, the PE teacher is shaken out of their mind. Basically, yeah. And if he was doing swordplay, he literally does. So now the after school thing, of course, she was being, like, romantic to him. Yeah. She basically, like, asked him to go on a date with her. Yeah. Tell me that's crazy. Of course, she knows that is in love with him, or he is in love with her. So she tells him that as he was so, like, bulked up that even, and he wasn't just a little guy, or he wasn't, like, same size one. He was like what she is. Yeah. Bigger in her size. As she basically didn't care about who. No. At first, she thought she was gonna be the only person that she cared about back then was herself. But then when he came, and plus when she asked him, why did you save or you're different from those people. Well, I'm the person that you really don't know what abilities I have. As they asked, of course, she tells him, or at first she asked him what his abilities are, like his power. Well, his main abilities, like his, is chaos, or actually infinity and zero, but on a whole nother level. Yeah. He was thinking about, like, but yeah. As he says, I also know that after I saw you and everyone was picking on you, I didn't like them. So, between you and I, yeah. Yeah. So they were dating. And he was basically she can tell that he has the crazy part inside of him, or wild child. Yeah, he's super serious. Or everyone knows that he has not care about certain people, but him literally asking, or she literally asked him to go on a date. So yeah, they start dating, and then a few months later, they got married. And is used to both sides, his super serious side and his more cartoony side. Like, basically, like, she sees a awesome person. Like, if someone tries to steal her purse, he would be there. Yeah. As he, like, punched the villain. Yeah, so they got married. And in this alternate timeline, there was, she gave birth to, two people. We all know and love Toga and, or Himiko Toga, and her. Because why the heck not? Because he gave like the quirk of the super smart and the fusion of kind of like here. Hold on, give me a moment. Of Maya's Mina, he's quirk. Yeah, to her. Like basically like fusion of landmine and Maya's acid ability creates explosive slime. So yeah. So she has explosive slime. And Toga has her transformation. But in this alternate timeline, she's not like super crazy. Like, they went on like this camping trip together between her and him. So yeah, and I almost forgot about her. Sorry. So all four of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So all four of them went, and of course, 2 of them went to bed. Her and her. But Toga, in this alternate timeline, she didn't eat a bird. So, yeah. But she's more like, she asked him about one thing. How did you meet my Amon? Well, that's easy, Himigo. Toga. When during the high school, when everyone was picking on her, I came in to save her life. And so, yeah, as he explains all that stuff to her, and then he tells her that he also tells her that, and Tonga, you got your crazy from me. Because sometimes you're seeing a more cartoony version of myself. So, it is normal for it. As Toga, after that, she she literally loved her own father. And let's get to bed, sweetie. As before they were going to bed, there was like 2 bears was gonna attack that. As he grabs Himigo Toga, puts or set her in the cam thing, as he grabbed one of her real knives, or grabbed the knives thing, as she's watching him becoming all crazy. As, yeah, he slaughtered those two bears with only like little effort. Yeah, basically, it took no time at all. As blood spilled from it. Or he, as when she saw him as he protected her. Yeah. And his family from two wild bears. As, yeah. So Toga ends up being like Daddy's little girl. Like basically she's more connected to her father than to her mother. But her sister was the same way. Yeah. As he basically puts name one. Like basically he used his power to basically put him away. Yeah. So let's do a time. As Toga and leave your comments in below of who should her name be. I think it would be the kind of like the anti-Toga, but it would be Himigo. Him go peace. Oh, peaceful. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, him goes Simmer or or Saturday. Himigo Saturday. That's what her name would be. That's not like technically, but it will hold. So yeah. So both of them went to UA. As during those years, he trained her quirk to not like use overdose on like blood thing, just little by little. So yeah, that's why when he made a cut on both bears and like used, because it was not really like they weren't really dead. They were like got scared and ran away. So yeah, as so yeah, during those years, there's like basically like she basically went from being being like little by little, you know, and yeah, and she becomes more like kind of like what her father is. Becomes super scary, and then when someone actually knows her, she can be cute as a okay? Yeah. As her like sister goes to UA, and so is Toga, and they both got into class 1A with Zuko, and yeah. And then yeah, who catches their eyes on? It was so for the landmine girl, the or explosive slime was actually, of course, Denki was actually told her, like after school things, to go on a date. Yeah. And then Himiko Toga got asked out by one of the class 1B students, the Neito Monoma, to be his girlfriend. Because, yeah. So then Toga tells him, or Toga tells the eyeball, that's what I'll just say, instead of him or I. So eyeball was basically, as they already went to UA, when they were just students, so they became pro heroes, and yeah, then and at the time he actually, or eyeball, was powerful enough to shatter the fourth wall. Yeah. And when every time or actually one instance, someone, or the explosive, like, it wasn't like his, they know that it wasn't his, or she knows it wasn't her, like, daughter. Hunter. It was like supposed to be the, but he did like say as he sees a mine on the ground. Thinking this, he stopped her as he tells her, "Wait, let's walk around it." As yeah, so she literally between him and her got first place. So basically, she basically got onto his back and like rode him all the way to a victory thing. Yeah, so that's why. But Toga, yeah, and Zuko was basically dating actually Ochako. So yeah, then after all that stuff, but during the All for Ones versus All Might, because he heard that his own daughter got captured by the villains, as he says, "I'll be right back." As when he says that, she knows that and something's going to go down. As she asked, where are you going?" "Well, you know those villains? Well, they kidnapped our daughter. So I'm gonna make them pay for it. Dearly." As she knows that he is not messing around. As she's flipped it over to a news, and yeah, as before the All for One was gonna finish off All Might, Eyeball all came and like as he only person that really knows that it's her is here, the most scariest person, but that Toga admires most, is actually the yeah. So she was home before. So she's watching like things go down as Toga like literally here. Toga says, "Well, as Toga walks over and tells her father that she's sorry for it, as he looks at her, as he says, or he puts his hand on her shoulder, says, "Oh, I'm not mad at you, sweetie. I am mad at those people that took you." But leave this fight to me, okay? As Toga knows that he cares about him. As she says, "Your best, Daddy." As yeah, when he says, okay, as he better sit over there. You're not grounded. It's just I don't want you to evolve in this fight. Okay. Okay. As All For One looks at him. Huh. Guess Himiko Toga's daddy's here. And nice to meet you. The Inferno Chaos or Infinite Chaos. That's what he refers him as his pro hero name. So yeah. As All Might is begging to him that this isn't your fight. As he turns his head and tells him that you failed at protecting my daughter. So I'm gonna take this personally. As he looks at All For One, as he says, you know why I picked that name? As he literally gone all out. He wasn't holding back. He should have, because they all told him to hold back. But he can be scary. Like, everyone in the entire audience. Oh, crap. Sorry. In the entire audience, I'm trying to find a picture of. So, yeah. They were like. Everyone is scared out of their minds. Yeah. He basically became. Yeah. Him. And. Yeah. He was super scary. As he basically. As his own daughter, the one that was at the house, had a pillow. She starts shaking as she calms him down, or calms her down. Like, don't worry. He was like that before. Every time someone makes him mad, or if someone picks on somebody without his permission, then he gets like that. He met him before. That's how your father is. As she was like, wait, so you met him before? Like, how did you, like, ask, or did you ask him to go on a date with you? Yeah, and all that stuff. So, yeah. So she's basically is so happy about it. As, yeah, he basically beats a snot out of All For One. And, yeah, he became more like when he gets scary, man, forget Endeavor hers. Like when he gets all tantrumish thing. And plus, forget most scariest people on My Hero Academia. Eyeball is the scariest person. Yeah. When he actually tore out, or no, he ripped All for One's head. He puts his entire arm through the All for One's, like, from the head down, and grabs the immortal quirk and rips it right out of All for One's body. As, yeah, he, to most people, yeah, except for 3 people, Himogotoga, her, and her. As, yeah. Yeah, so that's why it is pretty scary. So think, Zuko being, Zuko. Zuko. As, yeah. As she got that same feeling when she first saw him take care of 2 wild bears by himself. And as he was like, huh, that didn't take long. As Himogotoga says, "Are you done?" Yeah. Hey, are you hungry? Yeah. As they both like bought food, or like he bought food and brought it home to them. Yeah, so they were living in a mansion. So yeah. So yeah. The next day, everyone, including Odin Ochako, everyone that asked Toga and gosh dang it, I forget her name. The Himgo sandwich or Sima. They everyone asked them, "Is your father nice?" One, and he says, or actually Toga says, "Yeah." When he gets mad, on the other hand, run. Okay? Just run if he gets mad. So yeah, they all like, okay. As Bakugo was like, I'll kick his butt thing. As Zuko, or as yeah, so I wouldn't do that if I was you, Bakugo. The he has a way more stronger. When I was just a kid, I saw him take out two people or two bears by himself. As when Ochako and rest of them couldn't believe. As yeah. Sorry about that. My mom was leaving, so yeah. Now so yeah, every single one respects him as a human. So yeah, and then during the overhaul thing, they so his sister or Toga's sister, her, went on the mission as, of course, Himigo Toga tells them or tells her father that her sister is going on a mission. What kind? Well, I really don't know, but as yeah. So basically, but she tells him about they're gonna ambush or they're gonna capture All for One or overhaul and save Ares. Huh. Huh. Well, that's an interesting thought. Huh. Yeah. I can do it with my eyes closed. Both eyes closed. So, as they're like trying to do that, but Zuko, but he says, I'll be right back. I'll basically do it. Okay, every dude, don't forget to pick up some groceries. Okay? I won't. As he or she hands him a checklist thing. Yeah. And he got his phone. So he walks as he knocks first before as he like gets greeted. And of course of course Toga got the phone call from her mother, and when she did, when she heard that her own father is going to attack and overhaul by himself, he or she literally ran to her sister and told her on her to tell like others. So yeah, when they did, yeah, when they arrived, Overhaul was apprehended and yeah, and Zuko or Eyeball was basically won it all. Like basically, literally, boop, done. He saves Ares. He takes care of Overhaul, like capture him, and yeah, his popularity went through the roof. And plus, as he tells both of them reason why that he did it is because he didn't want to see both of you to get like injured or killed by those villains. Yeah, so he's a powerhouse, basically. Yeah. When when someone used their quirks to make someone fly, as, yeah. So, so she was like, as, so she basically went flying because of someone's stupidity, as he says, as Himagatoga was like, oh, you're in for it now, as he punched the villain straight in the chest and sent him like into oblivion. As he caught her as he used his power to slow her down. Yeah. As so let's do a time skip to about a future. As yeah. Toga got married to to sorry, to Monoma, and of course that Auntie Toga got married to Denki. And they both had kids. As yeah. Then she decides to be like doing all that. She basically tells him, let's have more kids. Okay. As they did. And yeah, both of them looks like one of them had, it was like this big bulky guy, that has like regeneration and or instead of landmines, land healers. That's what I call it. And yeah, and plus when you step on it, it instead of like explodes you into 1,000 pieces, it actually heals you. Plus with the like explosive slime, so it's explosive of life. Plus, basically, and the another one looks just like a uh, looks like him, but he had a power of Fountain of Youth. So yeah. So basically, hey, they both had 4 kids and or 2 girls, 2 boys, and yeah, and they all got married, and they all had kids, and yeah, tell me that's weird. And then what else? Before we go, that's it. So yeah.